Hey guys, it's John Time from Total Brohammer, and today we got a little bit of a feud going on here. So, Durthu was minding his own business, just, being a tree in the forest, doing what trees do, sucking up all the nutrients from the ground. You know how Durthu likes to suck things up from the ground, and all that jazz. And then, one day, Sarthoreal the Everwatcher decides to come through his forest and try to make a nest in his own branches. Well, of course, Durthu did not like this, so now it's time to wreak some havoc on the forces of chaos and say, I've come into the realm of the treemen and are trying to spawn their chaos bird babies in our branches. We must kill them! So, we have, of course, Wood Elves versus Chaos today. Let's go over some army compositions. Alright, for my army, pretty standard here. I've got 5 Eternal Guard, I think about 3 of them are shields, and the 2 outer ones are not. I've got 2 Wildwood Rangers, and of course you want the Wildwood Rangers for cutting through the high armor of the Chaos here. So Chaos, I would say, it's pretty even against the 2 factions, I guess you would say. Maybe Chaos has a slight leg up, because they can go so wide and have a lot of shields and armor and whatnot. But, yeah, these Wildwood Rangers here, good at armor piercing. They don't actually have anti-infantry, which I'm actually surprised for a unit like this. But they do have amazing stats, which honestly is better than anti-infantry because it's more all around. So 38 melee defense, 48 melee attack. They also have forest stalker, which gives them more melee defense while fighting in the forest. I do believe, yep, they get charge defense versus large and a bonus versus large in the forest here. Not that that's going to be too pertinent on this map. So we also got 2 War Dancers with Azrai Spear, an amazing unit, pretty high DPS, 30 attack, 49 melee defense, 32 melee attack, armor piercing, anti-large. Lot to love about him. We got the mighty Durthu here, and we just have him with the Sword of Daith and the Curse of Ann right here. I like the Curse of Ann right here because, as you can see, it gives minus 26 melee attack, minus 24% speed for 39 seconds to an area of effect. So I really like this spell. The debuffs are very good, and it's only 11 magic, so I think it's pretty good. Now, I also have a Branch Wraith, and on her I've brought Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, as well as Earthblood. For my skirmish contingent, I have a Glade Rider and Glade Rider with Hagbang Tips. Y'all know I love this combination here. I also have some Wild Riders, non-shield version, to help protect my Glade Riders with Hagbang Tips. Now, my Chaos opponent, of course, has Sarthoreal the Everwatcher. It looks like he has Final Transmutation and Plague of Rust. He's got 1, 2, 3 Chaos Warhounds with Poison. He's got the Swords of Chaos right here next to Sarthoreal the Everwatcher. And the Swords of Chaos, of course, have the Apocalyptic Charge, which gives 20% charge speed and plus 24% speed when you get in range of an enemy. And they also, of course, have Guardian, which gives 18% physical resistance to anyone within that aura. As you can see, they're near Sarthoreal, but Sarthoreal's not actually close enough. So he's also got a Exalted Hero up on a Manticore, which is a very interesting pick, but not one I like too much. His front line consists of 2 Chaos Warriors and 2 Chaos Marauders, so going light on the front line, but he does have these 3 Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. I assume just in case I bring someone like Durthu. He's also got some Chaos Knights with Lances, who I really like against the Wood Elves as well, despite their many spears. So let's go ahead and kick it into gear here and see what Durthu has to say about Sarthoreal and his desire to make a home within him. So I'm just going to be skirmishing a little bit, trying to get some damage on these Poison Hounds. You know, they shouldn't be able to catch me as long as the poison from the Hagbang Tips hit pretty much anything. It should slow them down long enough for me to get away. I do have the support of the Wild Riders, of course, and our front lines are going to engage right into each other. So he's going to start chasing me with his hounds, doing his other hounds around my flank here. He's got some Chaos Knights with Lances as well as the Exalted Hero moving up here. I'm just trying to get some damage into these Marauder Horses with throwing axes because they can just sit back here and do a ton of damage to Durthu if they so choose. So over here, his hounds actually do catch my Water Riders. They seem to be going very slow. They are poisoned now. I am going to turn around and get into melee with all these hounds because people need to realize if you turn these guys around and get them into melee and then send them in the hounds, especially if you have 2 of them, they're going to do great. Over here on this flank, as y'all can see, the Chaos Knights with Lancers running right into Asteroid Spear. They don't give a fuck that these guys are anti-large armor piercing, and they are going to do a lot of damage on that charge. As you can see, a Apocalyptic Charge is going down for the entire enemy army here. This is this aura effect. I'm going to assume, yes, it is. So they do have, the entire army has more speed and more charge bonus, which is pretty great. As you can see, these Warriors with Asteroid Spear are being dumpstered. Over here, the Swords of Chaos came in for a rear charge against these Eternal Guard, and just look how fast the Swords of Chaos and Sarthoreal the Everwatchers dumpstered these Eternal Guard. Eternal Guard are fairly tanky units. Back here, however, my Wild Riders have just absolutely destroyed these hounds with the help of the Asteroid Spear. Sarthoreal is coming toward those Asteroid Spear, which isn't a good idea for him. I'm actually going to run these guys into melee and try to get rid of these hounds real quick, because if I can get rid of these hounds, I can use these guys as cycle chargers. Another charge into the back of these Eternal Guard going to do some really good damage. I gotta say, these Chaos Marauders are just absolutely wrecking these Eternal Guard. Back here, I'm going to be running around, you know, just ping-ponging these Glade Riders, having them shoot at things, having them chase things off. They're now slowing down Sarthoreal the Everwatcher, though that is a bit of fire at will going on. I'm going to get charged into the back of these Marauders, so I've surrounded my Wildwood Rangers and my Eternal Guard. Sword of Daith, I think. Nope, Plague of Rust upgraded, just went on Durthu. I'm moving him back because I see that he's getting all his Marauder Horsemen throwing axes, getting ready to throw at him, so I'm going to move him back out of range and hide behind my lines. I gotta say, he is just a few charges from some Chaos Knights with Lances and the Swords of Chaos here, and we are just taking tons of damage. As you can see, he's going to get a Final Transmutation right here. It's not overcast, and Final Transmutation when it's not overcast isn't particularly good. I did get a charge on these Chaos Knights with Lances. They were running. Now, I don't think they were actually charging, so we didn't take too much damage, and we are winning that engagement. Durthu is, of course, running straight for Sarthoreal, trying to get some sweet, sweet revenge. But my front line, even the Wildwood Rangers, just did not that great. I mean, we got through the Chaos Warriors in their, what is it, 100 armor? Yeah, we got through it, but, oof, man, the thing about the Wildwood Rangers is their light armor means they don't trade very cost effectively. But, they can do what they're meant to do, which is cut through armor, but they take more damage than normal, especially against units that aren't great weapon units. So, it's hard to make them trade cost effectively, but I decided to try them out in this case. I don't think they're the best choice here. I think you definitely want to go more skirmishy build with more Wild Riders and stuff, to be more competitive, but it's pretty good here. I had some fun with it. As you can see, the Exalted Heroes just doing this thing. Durthu's going after the mighty Sarthoreal. We're taking down these Chaos Knights with Lancers pretty good. He's throwing at Durthu. I'm getting out of here. Gonna get another charge. Gonna come in here and get a nice fat Earthblood, as well as kind of pin Sarthoreal the Everwatcher in. As you can see, Durthu just clocked him and just threw him down on the ground. We have taken care of these Chaos Knights with Lances, and that nice fat heal is really helping here. We're going to be shooting into the Exalted Hero, who has 80 armor on the Manicore, so that's pretty surprising. But now the Exalted Hero and Sarthoreal the Overwatcher are taking on Durthu. What my opponent needs to do is get his Swords of Chaos over here. Looks like they have now routed off. But despite what I said earlier, the Wildwood Rangers came through in the end. So we're going to chase down these Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. We're going to chase down these Chaos Knights with Lances, and these guys. I popped Cursive N right here, slowing these guys, the Chaos Knights with Lances and the Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes down, and we were able to catch them. These guys have also been hit by the Cursive N right here. We're just shooting them up, and Durthu's just taking care of the Exalted Hero, no problem. And Sarthoreal the Everwatcher is wisely running away. We've got some hounds coming in here, going after my Glade Riders. As you can see, I'm going to pull my infantry right here and just get these guys out of here. As you can see, wisely, he went after these Eternal Guard with shields, and the hounds don't actually count as large, so they won't get a bonus versus large on those hounds. So that's not a terrible idea, actually. As you can see here, it wasn't looking good for our front line at first, but once we get that Curse of Van right here and got onto his Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes, we were able to take good care of them. Now the Chaos Knights with Lancers are coming back. We're going to start shooting at them with the Hagbane tips. I'm going to switch my focus fire over to the Exalted Hero. I honestly thought the Exalted Hero on the Manicore would have less health than he does. Sorry, armor than he does, but he actually has 80 armor, which is pretty good. So here comes the Exalted Hero. We've already got him almost routing and almost dead by the time he comes in. We got some Chaos Knights with Lances in here. They're going to get their charge in. That's fine. I'm going to surround them with a charge from lowly Glade Riders and Hagbane tips, and it's enough to go ahead and break them and kill a few models here. Durthu just hit Sarthoreal, just absolutely bitch slapping here. And we got these hounds chasing after me, but they are terrified off. We're going to pull out this way and go intercept these Swords of Chaos. So yes, some Marauders throwing axes back, but Durthu's just in too good of health right now. And we got a lot of infantry, a lot of anti-large left. We just took out the Swords of Chaos. A Mass Shatter has gone down, and now it's just a little bit of Durthu on Sarthoreal beatdown time. Sarthoreal is dead. Durthu's not having any of that shit. He is not interested in the long-term relationship with Sarthoreal the Everwatcher. He just would not back up, so Durthu had to tried to let him down gently, but he had to put him down hard. You know, some people just love makes you do crazy things, you know. Poor Sarthoreal the Everwatcher. Poor broken-hearted Sarthoreal the Everwatcher. Alright, so let's look at some breakdowns here. Wild Riders over here getting 101 kills. A lot of those are likely from the Hounds. We did a good job, by the way, of taking care of these Hounds. He definitely need to go a lot wider, and I don't know, it's really... I guess it's not that difficult, but you think the Hounds would do better against Glade Riders, and in a one-on-one, I think they win if they both get the charge. But when I have two here and they can shoot as well, and apply poison and all that, then it just turns out really good. Not to mention the Wild Riders absolutely destroy Hounds, as you can see they did. So the Wildwood Rangers did okay. You know, 56 kills, 91 kills. They were here to kill Chaos Warriors. 46 kills, 59 kills. So I guess they traded cost effectively. Man, his cav did a number on my War Dancers with the Azrai Spear here. Those Chaos Knights with lances just bowled over these War Dancers with the Azrai Spear because I got that charge. I don't think War Dancers with the Azrai Spear actually have a charge defense against large. My front line of Eternal Guard also got buckled pretty fast. The Chaos Marauders are definitely a good choice in this matchup. You just gotta watch out for what's it called? Chaos Knights. These guys, Wild Riders, goddamn, because they can take out Chaos Marauders really easy. Marauder Horsemen and Throwing Axes aren't a bad pick. Personally, I would have taken the regular Marauder Horsemen, since I have Sarthoreal and his Plague of Rust. They have longer range and just will be generally better against everything else that the Wood Elves have, meaning that everything else has light armor. And the Plague of Rust can make Durthu have medium armor, so they can do some pretty good damage there. So yeah, pretty good army on his side. I would have cut the Exalted Hero. Not a great unit in my opinion, but he also should have been hunting down my caster with it, if anything, I think. Swords of Chaos absolutely devastated the unit of Eternal Guard. Those Eternal Guards were overwhelmed. I'm going to assume this is them. They got absolutely destroyed. But anyway, a very good game to actually average here. And this is John Ton for Total Brohammer, signing out.